On the Warrior Woodshop, we're going to make this look like that. Welcome to the Warrior Woodshop. On this episode, we're going to show you how to do this faux wood wall behind us. The guest and my assistant on this episode is my lovely wife. And this all started when our oldest son wanted a pallet wood wall in his bedroom, and we just thought, pallets, dealing with the hassle of finding the pallets. Yeah, you can get them free, you can get them cheap. Moving his furniture. So we said, hey, we're going to be down here in the basement doing this project, so let's give it a try down here. In fact, we had never done a wall like this before.
What? I thought you'd done these before.
Well, I had done this type of material before. This is a log cabin style siding. It's kind of a funny story. Basically we just took random tongue and groove planks, stained them 4 different colors, and made them work. You want to tell them where you came up with the idea?
I like the rustic look, and I saw pallet wood walls that I really liked, but what I liked about it was the color tones more than the uneven wood. And he said we used 4 different colors, but even with those 4 different colors on the pine boards, they have a lot more variation in the colors, and I really like how it turned out.
Well, it's kind of funny. The same day 2 or 3 days she went searching, but we hadn't really talked about this particular idea. And I'm at the Discount Home Center looking for a countertop for a workbench, and I see this pallet of 4-inch log cabin siding for $2 a board. I said, I don't care what my son wants. I'll convince my wife. And it's funny, I come home and she shows me these pictures. So whoever had the idea on Pinterest, whoever's put videos out there on YouTube, Google Images, it's hard to give credit to one particular person. But thank you. You inspired us to do our own wall. We're going to give you a go on how we did this one, so stay tuned. All right, a couple things in the prep phase. What I've already done is measured from floor to ceiling. We do have a little bit of variance. The ceiling's level, the windows are level, the floor is off just a little bit. It's common in a lot of households. So we're going to use our level to get the first board, and that's where the decisions come in, and we got to pick how we start and what order we go with. So I'll throw that away. About every 3 or 4 rows, we'll double check our windowsill to board height. Even if we have to tweak it, we do it every 3 or 4 rows. We can cheat it up or down because we want it to be visually level rather than perfectly level, because again, we're dealing with a 20-year-old house. I went with 1 full row at the bottom. We're going to stop doing that. Well, the full row is just to get it all nice and leveled out. Now we're going to just pick random studs, random colors, and go to town with it. So here's how we do it. Alright, we're trying to eliminate measuring mistakes, so just by bringing the board up right where we're going to put it and the orientation it's going to go, and I'm going to directly mark right on the board. And since this is finished material, it'll wipe off pretty quick. Double check it on the back side, but that way my right and my left are already arranged. The next thing I need to do is get, and this is where you got to be careful, you got to measure from the V. I'm 2.5. You probably can't see on camera because the board's dark, but I got my 2 marks. I'm using my square. 2.5, and then I'm going to drag across to my other mark. Put a big fat X. The way the blade's shaped, I can actually use this as a straight edge, and I can cut a lot straighter, faster with the miter saw. So I'm going to line it up with my 1 edge, inside edge. Follow it up with either a jigsaw or an oscillating tool. This one's a knot, so it's going to take a little bit. I think Google's been spying on me, because I've been seeing a lot of advertisements for these tools that you put up against something and it matches the shape. It knew what I was going to be doing. So here we are, up about half a dozen rows. We've been dealing with what I call rush hour traffic right here with the wet bar hookups. So we're going to double check our ceiling, our window sill height, because that's kind of more visually 3/4. Maybe 7/8. So that could be the windowsills, it could be the floor. We're within an 1/8 inch over 7 feet. We're doing really good. If we were to get off, what we would do is start creeping up a 32nd on whichever end was low. So we might not tap this left end down, but you could take a 32nd. So we have an 1/8 inch difference. We could take a 32nd out over 4 rows, and you won't notice it as much as this being out of square or out of parallel. Alright, the wife had to run an errand, so I got little man Larson help me out here. What color should we go with next? Alright, for the top row, we're obviously going to cut to our it's 2.5 strong on the left side. It's 2 3/8 on the short side. Not sure what we're gonna do for trim, so I'm gonna cut it 2.5. You can always trim some or shave some of it down, but the next thing we're gonna have a problem with is getting it onto the board, so I'll set the table saw up and cut the back side of this lip off so just the front showing. I'll just kind of set up against there. Obviously the nails will hold it. To install your top board, you want to use a pencil and scribe method, which what that means is just run the pencil along the ceiling with the lead on the board, and the fact that our board was already pre-finished made the excess pencil clean off pretty well. You don't necessarily want to sand to the line. That's just a reference point to show you how uneven. So you want to sand the high spots, consistently check over and over, making it fit really good. In our case, we got it to where a simple painter's caulk line will take care of it. But if you can't fix that, you can always, or you don't have that luxury, you can always go with the shorter dimension and then put a piece of quarter round or crown molding at the ceiling. See how this fits? There we go. Nice. Well, this kind of wraps up our video on how to make this faux wood wall. At first I was skeptical about the colors, and I left all the color choices up to her, but in the end, I guess I can't complain.
I don't think so. It looks pretty great.
That sounds like an old TV show. I don't think so, Tim.
No.
No, in fact, the process with using dimensional lumber, tongue and groove, made it really easy to put everything together. The only thing we had to do was decide what length and what color, and that was all done at random. Even our 11-year-old son gave us a hand a couple times. So we enjoyed this one so much that in the other room on the other side of this wall, we're going to do a 20-foot version of this. So we'll post some updates and videos possibly of that one in progress. But apologize that the camera angle is a little tight on here. We're in an 8-foot wide or 7.5-foot wide room, so we did the best we could with what we could do on the particular area. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, get some other videos from this basement project, field trip, and other things like that. So thanks for watching.